I'm just trying for the spot to get past Best Fiends.
Best Fiends. Mm-hmm. It's friends without the R. Best Fiends. Hello, Michael Melkos.
Hey, Michael. Not going to make it on this one, babe.
Huh?
Not going to make it on this level. Oh, maybe now.
Oh, you're doing Best Fiends?
Not going to make it.
Hello, R.S. Sally. Hello, E. Taylor. Jakob.
Yeah, I'm failing on this one.
Hello, Rosa. Andrew. Hello, Hand. Wasabi. Hello, Sin. Hello, ACNC12. Christy Kincaid Norris. Rosa Caceres. Chris Chelsea. Hello, D. Martell. Hello, Renda. Hello, Bruno. Ida Toole. Linda. Our very best presidential customer, Renda, sent us these shades.
Is she there?
She is.
Thank you, Renda.
In a very nice handwritten letter. That's okay, Andrew. We have some time. My man. Hello, Jennifer. Chelsea.
I feel like there's a lot of me in this shot. It's not a flattering angle.
What do you mean?
It's just, I don't know. Is it the angle of this? I don't know. Am I sitting too far away from you?
Well, your shirt dresses are baggy.
Yeah, they're very baggy. They're not. I think these have now become my house dress. You know how women have house dresses?
Uh-huh.
I think these have become my house dresses.
Well,
because they're much more comfortable than wearing pants.
Pants.
Lots of airflow.
Who wears the pants?
You do, honey.
I love my new glasses. I'm just having a hard time seeing. Hello, Hand. I know, Mandy, it's very creepy eyewear. Hello, Albert. All right, guys. Whoa.
What?
I thought I heard some lurching.
No, you didn't. You didn't. Where's my mic? Oh, over here. Testing 1, 2. Test me. Oh, you're going to have to move that trash can.
Jenny Talia, please pick up the red courtesy phone. Jenny Talia, please pick up the red courtesy phone. Jenny Talia. An oldie but goodie, guys. Why are there clipped fingernails on my desk?
I thought I caught them all. I cut my nails earlier. Here, put it in the trash can. I thought I caught them all, and I guess I missed a couple. I did try to put them all in the trash can.
What else are you doing in here?
I cut them all back. All right, you ready?
Yeah. What, you got anything?
Welcome to A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. I'm Kellie Rasberry Evans. This is my husband, Alan Evans.
Hey, Trey!
Thank you for being part of our podcast family. And Alan has assured me that he has got so much show for us today that all I have to do is sit back and do the sponsors.
Is that what I said?
That's pretty much it.
Well, I've got stuff.
I got this. And I love it when you say I got this.
I've got stuff to talk about.
But you know how I feel when people say, I got this. That usually means
they don't got
it. But Alan is like you're taking charge, taking control of the podcast. And I like that.
Well,
that's sexy.
We have a lot. We've got a lot of stuff to go through. I have people love lists.
Yeah.
We have another list, but it's a good list. And what's fun about this list is our listeners, our followers, they came up with the list.
Oh, really?
This is nothing I came up with.
Really?
They came up with it.
Yes. Did you do a poll or something?
I did a poll. I sure did.
Oh, awesome. Maybe we'll just start doing the we don't do a daily, a list every podcast. I don't know what we call it. It's not like a weekly or a daily podcast because we're twice a week. But what if we did a list of every podcast? That's just like a standing feature.
Well, don't we kind of do that already?
Not really. Sometimes we don't, but that might be something.
I had one grumpy lady one time.
She doesn't like lists.
Alan, why are you guys always doing lists?
I love lists. I love making
every
lists.
damn podcast doing a list.
I have a whole book where I make lists of things to do. I mean, literally a journal. I love lists. People love lists. They love top 10 lists.
That's what I've heard. We're going to talk about men versus women.
Why are we pitting ourselves against each
other?
Well,
it's not. It's not a pitting ourselves against one another thing. It's
compare and contrast.
It's about equality. We're going to talk about equality.
Oh.
Men versus women and equality. As serious as I can be.
Is it going to get me riled up?
Yeah.
Am I going to have to defend my sex?
Yeah, it'll probably get you riled up.
Great.
Yeah, I have a feeling it will get you riled up.
Great.
And we have letters. We have lots of letters. We have people asking for advice.
How do people feel about
questions?
Letters?
How do they feel about letters?
I mean, that woman was so, she had so much passion about being anti-list.
Oh, I've never heard any bad feedback on letters. I've heard bad feedback on lists, on me, on really
listen you?
my attitude, my meanness towards you, my voices, my impressions.
Really?
Oh yeah, for sure.
What is my feedback?
All good.
Really?
Absolutely.
I know I get some criticism.
All good.
Are you shielding me to protect my feelings?
No. Maybe you should shield me to protect my feelings.
They're not complaining to me, really.
Yeah.
Because, I don't see the emails.
Right.
I don't know how to get in and check the podcast emails, which you are welcome to email, knowing that Alan is going to see them. And if it involves me, he will forward it to me. But it's... what is the email address?
Podcast at kellieandallen.com.
That's it. Podcast at KELLIE and ALLEN.com.
And then if we have time, we can briefly go through, one time a great man once told me, he said, all this time I thought you were the asshole. Well, it turns out I'm the asshole.
Oh, yeah?
He said that to me.
Yeah.
Because he thought I was
being a jerk.
Yeah, but it turns out.
You could change that to jerk to make it more,
Right. Well,
or less offensive.
Yes. I had a run-in with a member of the general public out in the park the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And I explained this to Kellie, our interaction. And I don't know if he was the asshole or if I was the asshole. Mm-hmm. At first, I thought he was. Mm-hmm. But then when I walked away, I thought, well, maybe I was.
So you could have handled it better.
Right. So if we have time,
we'll
go through that.
So now we have to. And remember, we're a show without a schedule. But
speaking of, sorry, babe, I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's all right.
What were you going to say?
I said, no, we are a show without a schedule.
Right.
As we talked about last podcast, we have a new member of our podcast family, the Yay Network's podcast family.
Mm-hmm.
And they were being the good news student, the good new, when that goody comes in. I'm not making fun of it, but they just have a schedule to keep them on track. They know they're going to do this in the introduction, do a little sponsor. They're going to do this subtopic, sponsor another top. And there was just like a template that we could use. And Alan and I, we've never really done that. Now we've heard that people kind of like our loose flowing kind of chattering stuff. But the problem is sometimes we forget to talk about things we promise.
Hey, Kellie. Mm-hmm. Hey, Alan. Hey, this is Sean.
El Presidente?
Yeah. Hey, we got this newfangled podcast in with the family now. They follow a damn schedule.
Yeah.
Well,
they're like professionals.
Yeah. Well, why don't you and that knucklehead husband of yours do a damn schedule?
Well, I don't think I could get Alan to agree to that, El Presidente.
All right. Well, you know
how obnoxious and obstinate he can be.
Well, you talk to Numbnuts and make sure he knows that you guys need to be on a schedule.
All right, I'll try.
Because that's what this new podcast is doing.
I'll do what I can. I love lists and schedules. That's me. Don't I, honey? If El Presidente can leave the room.
He's gone.
I love having a schedule and knowing what's going on.
That's fine. But on our Facebook page, on our Sandwich and Some Lovin Facebook page, one of our very best customers set up a poll.
Oh.
Do you like it wheels off or do you like it scheduled? 10-1, wheels off versus scheduled.
Okay. Well, there you go.
I go
give
with
the people what they want.
I go with voice of the customer.
Okay.
Just because it's coming from the top down doesn't mean we have to do it.
Well, okay.
Right? Ah,
I don't know. It depends.
If make him sign the waiver. Amen.
Yeah, we'll see. So hopefully Alan will get to his story, and maybe he won't. But if he doesn't, we'll just forget about it and move on like it never happened.
Forget about it.
But there are a lot of great mysteries in life. Do you ever stop to think, do aliens exist? That's been a big topic of conversation lately. Remember President Obama said, there's not like bodies sitting in, he said that's the number one question he gets asked now that he's not president anymore. They like, okay, tell us about the aliens. He says, so, well, there are unidentified flying objects, right?
Yes,
but
there
people
are.
Contemplate,
yes, there are.
Do aliens exist? And then you start thinking, well, what if there are aliens and they're up there thinking, if we exist, do we, you know what I'm saying? It can really wear your brain out. You could break your brain if you think about this stuff hard enough. That's why you need to give your brain a break. You try saying that 5 times fast. It's time to take on a puzzle that's meant to be solved, like the thousands of puzzle solving levels on Best Fiends.
Get it, babe.
And instead of feeling brain fatigue, Best Fiends will leave your brain feeling refreshingly challenged.
Refreshed.
I think it's the perfect way to unwind after an especially challenging day. You think after this podcast, I'm not immediately going to start playing Best Fiends because Alan wears my brain out?
Wow.
I use my loyal group of cute characters I've been collecting all along the way to help me take on the slugs, and together, sometimes it takes us a few tries, but it's very satisfying when me and my cute little bugs beat the slugs and make it to the next level. And I never have to worry about reaching the final level because Best Fiends keeps adding more and more, so it never ends. Thousands of levels are still waiting for me. And right now I've got enough. I've got to get through, Alan, I'm having I've got to get through barrels, watermelons.
Right.
And it's like, I didn't get it the first try. I'm not giving up.
While collecting cute characters.
I'm not giving up. And I'm working on getting Vigilante Carmen on my bug team.
Yeah, you are.
I'm going to do it. And while I'm propped up in bed tonight, playing my little game, Alan, my number one cheerleader, is going to be yelling at me from the living room.
Get it, babe. Kill them slugs.
Couldn't do it without you, honey.
Yeah, you couldn't, but you can download the 5-star rated puzzle game, Best Fiends, free today on the App Store or Google Play. That's Friends without the R. Best Fiends.
You got it. You know it. All right, babe.
Okay, so here's the deal. One of our listeners and very best customers with presidential status, Amy Wilkerson and I,
yes.
I've told you this.
Is she the one that sent the tooting
she
thing
did.
That keeps going off?
She sent us a tooting machine, and it always goes off randomly in the office now.
It's like this, it's a toot machine.
Right.
And every once in a while, sporadically, comes out of this box in the corner. And it really was active today.
Yeah. Yeah, she's the one that sent that.
Thank you, Amy.
Well, her and I have kind of the same twisted sense of humor, so we exchange a lot of memes. So she's been supplying me with a lot of memes, and I'm rolling laughing at these things. I post a lot of them, not all of them, because some of them are
they're too lewd.
They're too lewd.
You and Amy and your lewd senses of humor.
Right. So one of the memes that I've been posting a lot, and one of the and this is on Instagram stories, at the Alonzo 1971. But one of the memes I saw said, can you think of any, and this might have been on Facebook actually, but can you think of things that you could say at a family dinner, okay? But you could also say them while having sex. And I thought to myself, there are probably hundreds of things that you can say at the dinner table, and you can also say them while having sex. Mm-hmm. So I came up with a few on my own. I came up with a few on my own, and I was kind of chuckling to myself because I make myself laugh a lot. Somebody's got to make me laugh, so I make myself laugh a lot. And I thought I would put out a poll.
No.
Well, I thought I would put out a poll.
Okay, so you this is a listener.
This is a listener bit.
Okay, so you're not adding your ludidity.
I didn't.
Is that a word? Ludicrousness?
No, I gave them one example.
What was your example, honey?
My example was something like, it's so juicy and flavorful, I can't believe it has this taste.
When does that come up? No, you made that sentence. That would never be said.
That was my example. So here's what the listeners came up with. Things that you can say at a family dinner and during sex. Now, the reason I bring this bit up is this is a fun game to play. Maybe
with the kids?
No, not with the kids. But if you go on a double date, you and your spouse or you and your friend are in on the bit. So y'all are going to do Easter eggs during the dinner and see how many you can do before the other couple catches on.
Before your wife pops you upside the head.
Before you get elbowed. Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah, or maybe you go with your wife, or you go with your husband, and you and your friend are in on the bit and your husbands aren't in on the bit. And then you two do it until someone finally says, after a couple of hours, what in the hell are y'all talking about?
Yeah, why are y'all laughing hysterically?
Right.
Like cackling hens.
Exactly. So this is a game you can play too. Things you can say at a family dinner or during sex. Number one, that filled me up.
Yeah. Subtle.
Sometimes you got to shake it. Salt shaker.
Yeah. You don't have to explain.
Okay.
These need no explanation.
Pass me the leg. Wow, I can barely fit the whole thing in my mouth. Should I be changing my voice on these?
Why? You're just talking about things you say at the dinner table.
I was kind of scared at first, but after trying it, damn, that's good.
Yeah. See, our listeners, y'all are classier than Alan. Way classier.
Oh, really? How about this next one? Don't smell it, just eat it.
Oh, no. Who submitted that? Do you put names by these?
No. Confidential. Damn. That's all you got?
Oh, wow.
Wow. I guess that would mean like portions, though. Like that's all you got? Damn. Right?
I guess.
I want the big breast, please.
Always
makes you tense when you're in a family situation and someone has to say, can you hand me a breast?
Well, I always have to ask because I can never pick it out.
Yeah.
I'm very confused.
Put that there.
That's good. These are subtle and classy and clean enough.
Good. I'm glad you like this bit, babe. Keep it coming.
Yeah.
I want more.
Yeah.
You like that one, huh?
Yeah.
You like that one. I really enjoyed the stuffing.
Oh, no.
God. That's lewd. It's so yummy and moist.
But see, people hate the word moist.
Pass the syrup.
Yeah.
Just the chocolate syrup thing. Do people really do that?
I think they really do. I think what happens is people hear about this, like licking chocolate off each other, and then they try it. But I think it's JC that told me because he tells way too much about his bedroom life. But he said they tried Cool Whip one time, and the problem is it's dairy, so it sours.
Ew.
Yeah.
So then it starts to smell.
Yeah.
Yeah. These buns are a mouthful.
Yeah.
That's the best I've ever had. Something I hear a lot. This is making me thirsty.
These are good. These are really good. These are clever.
This is listener generated. Babe.
Clever.
Best thing I've ever put in my mouth.
Yes.
Taste fishy.
Oh, no. See, now you crossed the line.
I don't know what that means.
Crossed the line.
What does that mean?
Just cross the line. Keep going.
Dark or white meat? Pass the napkins. Oh. I'm ready for seconds.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm going to sleep. Taste this. Like a spoonful.
Yeah,
Here, taste this.
I get it.
Taste this. Oh. I want every last drop.
Why'd you change your voice?
Because I can't say that. I've been craving that white meat.
Why has it got to be white meat?
And a 1-2 punch, let's follow it up with save me some of that dark meat. I'm more of a breast man.
Yeah.
That's a big hunk of meat.
Yeah. Lots of meat.
Your meat is to die for.
Yes.
One thing I noticed is people would submit, and then when they got on a roll, they just keep going.
Yeah, they add to the meat. That's why you got a meat run
boom,
there.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
It spurred their creativity.
Yes. Yeah. Your meat is so tender.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I want my meat to be tender.
Why can't my meat be tender?
Your meat could be tender. I don't want my meat to be tender. How do you keep it so moist?
Mm-hmm.
My best friend is going to join us tonight.
Oh, no.
My best friend.
Yeah.
God. Ready for seconds? I think I might have done that one.
That's a repeat.
And then the last one, which I think is the best one, it kind of sums everything up. I'm so happy everyone came.
All right. Y'all are very, very clever.
Thank the listener for that. Those are fabulous.
Thank you.
Fabulous.
Does that count as a list?
That's a list.
See?
So yeah, that is an awesome game you can play. You can do that with so many things. Golf. Golf is full of innuendos.
Yeah. They're way more
a little more
obvious.
We've done that bit.
Yeah, they're very obvious.
Yeah, like I like to keep it in the short grass.
Yeah.
Let me let out the shaft.
Yeah, no. We don't need to go down that well.
Yeah. We've done that before.
Mm-hmm.
We've done that bit.
Thank you to the listeners for making our podcast a little less family friendly than it should be, but that's okay.
Do you want me to do a little bit of this and then you do a little bit of that? Or do you want to do a little bit of that and then I'll do a little bit of that?
You're guiding the ship.
Okay.
You're my captain.
Okay. Why don't I do this? Because while we were on the meme subject, one of the memes that Amy sent me, and I was dying. It was a picture of, they were actresses, but I don't know who they were. But it was talking about how sometimes, how models or actresses, they'll wear a really high cut top.
The underboob.
It shows underboob. Mm-hmm. Underboob. And that's a thing. That's a thing. Showing underboob.
Yeah. But for some of us, we don't necessarily have to have as high of a cut top for our underboob to show.
Sure. Absolutely.
Some of us could wear just a regular t-shirt and without a bra, and you could see our
underboob. You could see underboob.
Yes.
And you could roll out in public, and people would probably glance, but they probably wouldn't say anything. I'll tell you, right? Would they say anything?
I see some of these actresses like Jennifer Aniston, who I just think, she's always taken such good care of her body. She's into yoga, clean living, all that, and she can put on a tank top, no bra, sweatpants, and flip flops, and go to the store, and she looks California cool and chic. If I'll put on flip flops, and I feel like a bum, but I like wearing my flip flops. But if I dare to go braless to a store, I feel like there's a sign above my head. Kellie Rasberry is not wearing a bra. Kellie Rasberry is not wearing a bra. It feels like
Kellie Rasberry is showing high beams right now.
Yeah, and it's like I just feel like it's so blatantly obvious, and everybody's staring at me, and I just don't have. I don't know. I feel weird. And I've tried it before because I'll be around the house and I'm wearing like a sweatshirt or a t-shirt. It's kind of loose. I'm like, you can't really tell that I'm not wearing a bra. You can't really tell. And then I go to Costco and I'm like, oh my God, you can tell I'm not wearing a bra. Mm-hmm. It's very obvious.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So underboob's the thing.
Yeah.
So, in today's world, there's a lot of talk about how women should do things that men do and men should do things that women do. So the equivalent in this meme was, okay, if you gals are going to do underboob, then guys, we should do underballs.
No, I don't think that's the same.
So it was a drawing, and it showed a picture of a guy.
That was a guy just trying to prove a point.
And he had these like high socks on and these weird pants that were really high. So you could just see the bottom of his balls, bottom of his sack. Mm-hmm. It didn't show anything else. I mean, he was just like a shirt, socks.
It was a drawing. It wasn't a real person.
Yeah, right. But then I got to thinking, well, could you roll out in public like that?
I don't think so.
Therein lies the question. Why can a woman roll out with underboob, but a man cannot roll out with underballs?
Well, I don't think I think it depends on where you are. I mean, people have been asked to leave places if they're, you see some women at certain stores and their shorts are so short. I mean, their entire butt is hanging out.
But they never ask them to leave, do
Nobody,
they?
yeah, it's hard. It's hard because now everybody will immediately go on social media and threaten to sue you and boycott, but their just taste is out the window.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, somebody might be offended that I decided not to wear a bra in a loose fitting shirt and I'm bouncing and swaying in the wind, and that's offensive to them. Everybody has a different level of comfort when it comes to nudity and stuff like that. But, do I want my kids seeing all that? Not really.
Okay. Well, I got to thinking about this and I thought, gosh, I don't know the answer to this. So I'm going to go to internet.
Okay.
And in my search engine, which is now recorded in my search history.
I know, that's the thing. So if you die, they're going to go through your laptop.
Right.
This is in your search
history. And here's what you would find. Is it okay for a man to show his balls in public?
There's no way to get rid of that, is there? That's in your forever search history.
So I came across an article from Gothamist.com.
What is that?
I don't know. I think it's news about New York City.
Gotham.
Yeah. This is an article by Jen Chung, because I needed some support material here.
Okay.
The name of the article is "Cops Didn't Think the Subway Rider with His Balls Hanging Out Was Breaking the Law." This is from 2016. Earlier this year, the NYPD wanted everyone to know they are taking subway perverts very seriously by inviting the New York Times to tag along with plainclothes transit officers busting gropers. But when these riders noticed a man sitting on the subway bench this weekend with his
balls hanging out,
testicles out,
there you go,
in the open, the police said there was, quote, nothing they could do.
It wasn't breaking a law. It's not on the books.
Our tipster, a Manhattan resident, tells us, on Sunday at around 7 p.m., I encountered a flasher on the 4 train from Grand Central to Union Square. The man was wearing short jean shorts that he apparently cut so that he would be exposed when he sat down. So it was
a purposeful thing.
It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell.
Expose, like if you go to a yoga class or something and you've got a man next to you, sometimes something will flop out. And I don't know that that's necessarily on purpose.
He was sitting down with his testicles out, resting on the subway bench in full view. There were a fair number of passengers.
Somebody else has got to sit there when he gets up and leaves.
There's your picture. There were a fair number of passengers on the train, including women and children.
Do you think maybe he didn't notice?
I photographed, and we're looking at a photograph right now. Kelly is looking at the photograph.
Yeah.
Can you please tell us what you see?
Well, they blurred his face out. He's a heavier set man, and it's almost like his jean shorts are pulled to the side, so one testicle is resting comfortably on the subway seat.
Which
is unhygienic.
I photographed the man so I could report him to the police. He apparently noticed me taking pictures
and smiled
and lowered his unusually baggy t-shirt to partially cover his exposed genitals while they remained out of his shorts. It could be inferred that he wore this long shirt so that he could cover himself when standing and while seated if he chose. I reported the man to the 9th precinct, but the officers declined to write a police report. They said that unless he was overtly gesturing at me or masturbating, there was, quote, nothing they could do.
No.
New York penal law. You want to hear New York penal law?
Yeah, I can't believe you didn't change your voice.
245.01 states, exposure of a person. A person is guilty of exposure if he appears in a public place in such a manner that private or intimate parts of his body are unclothed or exposed. So that sounds like he was breaking the law.
It sounds like it to me.
For purposes of this section, the private or intimate parts of a female person shall include that portion of the breast which is below the top of the areola.
Why can't you just read it out?
Which means that's like the nipple.
The top of the nipple. And
okay.
There's the nipple and then there's just a ring around.
So you can't show your you can't show your nipples.
Right.
Right. Okay. This section shall not apply to the breastfeeding of infants or any person entertaining or performing in a play, exhibition, show, or entertainment.
Oh.
Exposure of a person is a violation. So our witness also speculates that the man in the photo cut his shorts to permit the exposure adding that New York Penal Law Section 245, which is about public lewdness, says a person is guilty of public lewdness when he intentionally exposes the private or intimate parts of his body in a lewd manner or commits any lewd act in a public place or in private premises under circumstances in which he may readily be observed from either a public place or from private premises, and with intent that he so be observed.
That's a lot of mission. He just can't be jerking off and you can show his balls, but he can't be doing something dirty. Is that what you're saying? I'm trying to just summarize this.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
That was a lot. That was a lot to digest.
So back to my original question.
What is the question after all that?
If you can show under boob.
Well, that was from 2016.
Why can't you show under balls?
Well, because it's gross. Nobody wants to see that. How about that? There you go.
Why are we gross?
Nobody wants to see that.
Why are men gross?
Men, nobody wants to see a naked man.
What?
Come on.
Nobody wants to see. Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Nobody
wants to see that.
Nobody wants to see
Nobody wants to see that.
So nobody means that's a lot of people.
Well, I'm speaking for the majority of nobody. The majority of nobody wants to see that.
Do you mean everybody or just nobody?
Alan, come on. Come on. The body is a beautiful work of art.
Guys, I would post this on a Sandwich and Some Lovin' Instagram.
You can't. Don't do that.
Yeah, I can't.
No, y'all can go look up the article and have that in your search history.
Yeah.
So when you die, they find out in your search history.
I don't know if we solved anything here, but
they didn't. I don't know what the point of that was.
The point was he went out and showed underball. And
that's gross.
And it's against the law, but he didn't get arrested.
Well, I bet he'd be arrested somewhere else.
So why
he might not be arrested? You know what? New York has a lot of crap going on up there. They got to
You got that right.
And they probably are like, you know what?
Man, you got that right.
We got perverts on the subway, and unless, but I bet you can't do that in Texas or in South Carolina, or in Oklahoma. I bet you, or Louisiana. Well, maybe Louisiana.
Whoa.
Well, because of Mardi Gras and all that stuff. You just walk around flowing,
Oh, purposes of entertainment?
Well, no, like during Mardi Gras, people flash. A woman can flash her boobs, but can a man flash his...
See, there's that...
Can a man flash that for boobs?
Why is it any different?
I'm just saying, I don't know. It might be a state-by-state situation, right? Right?
I don't know.
Well, I'm not going to research it because I don't want that in my search.
That's why I brought this subject up, because it's something that needed to be discussed.
It does not need to be discussed. This is not a hot topic.
There are people in New York right now riding on the subway with their balls resting on the chair.
Yeah, and it's gross. And you know what you need to really think about, ladies, because like myself, if you wear like a thong underwear, and you sit down like in a Uber or something, and you're wearing a short skirt, and that skirt rides up, your lady parts are sitting on a germy cab seat or a restaurant seat. That's gross. We got to start thinking about stuff like that.
You know what else is gross?
It's gross.
You know what else is gross?
So much.
I'm going to throw out a hot sports man opinion right now. You know what else is gross?
What?
Putting a purse on a table.
I know. My husband hates that. I've tried to get better about
that.
Don't
put a purse on a table.
Yeah, because you're like, I set my purse on the floor, and what's my purse picking up and I put it on a table? I never thought about that before.
That gives me the dry heaves.
I know.
When I think about it. Because
you're more upset about that than you are about a man's balls sitting on a subway seat. You weren't heaving at that, but you're heaving that my purse was on the table.
Let me be clear. I wasn't sticking up for the man with his balls on the subway chair. I was merely asking why, he can't show his balls and a woman can show under boob, or why I can't.
Well, I don't think she can in every situation. I think she can't in every situation.
I'm with you though. Seriously. I don't think that would fly. Around here.
Not around here. No.
If you saw a dude with his balls hanging out somewhere,
I would call the
police. You'd call the cops, right?
Yeah.
And what would they do?
I'd be like, I don't know what they would do. I'd say, there's somebody exposing himself and I'm just giving you the details and my work here is done.
But see, that's the great part, that great area. Was he exposing himself? He was just sitting on the subway and he had a nut hanging out.
Well, was it on her instead of just taking a picture and she's assuming that he knew that he was doing this.
Right.
Could she have said, sir, excuse me, your your stuff is hanging out there. And depending on how you reacted after that, she would know if it was intentional or accidental.
Right, exactly.
Because as we know from a podcast family vacation, sometimes accidental exposure happens. You're in the pool, you're wearing a little bikini or whatever, and you're in the water, you're wet and everything. You don't realize your boob's hanging out until somebody very politely says, hey, you want to cover up? You didn't know. That's an accidental exposure. Should someone be arrested for that and fined? No, it was an accident. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear a word I just said?
I did. And one of our live studio audience members,
I
think,
YouTube.
can sum this up for us.
What?
Can sum this entire thing up.
What?
Dee Dee says, boobs are pretty, balls are ugly.
See, she agrees with nobody wants to see that.
And balls are down there next to the exit door.
Yeah. Jeremy. Well, I'm glad we got that out of the way. I'm really second guessing letting Alan be in control of the entire podcast. I might have to rethink this for next week.
What is this? You gotta talk.
It's been sex at the table and balls on the subway. That's what the podcast has been so far. All right.
We're going to get to letters. We got some stuff. Why don't you do a little bit of that? And then
is anybody still listening? They're like, this is not an episode for me. And diving out to even get to the clean, wholesome letters from our podcast family.
Absolutely. I've done a lot of research on this. Why don't you do a little bit of
research?
Why don't you do a little bit of that and I'll do a little bit of this?
You and Amy Wilkerson are having a blast on this podcast.
She messaged me. She goes, you do not throw me out on Front Street and say that meme was for me. And I'm like, don't you worry about it.
You did. You just did. She said, do not do that. Now, Amy, you've learned a valuable lesson. All right, look, if you're a business owner hiring employees, you face a lot of challenges. And I feel for you because my parents, they own their own retail businesses. And I watched them go through the painful process of hiring employees. It was such a struggle to find the right person to hire. And oftentimes, if you don't hire the right person, you find out really quickly and you have to go through a whole process again. Well, hiring can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but with ZipRecruiter, you have a trusted partner to fill that job position. And you can try them for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sandwich. When you post a job on ZipRecruiter, it gets sent out to over 100 top job sites with just one click. Your part is done. ZipRecruiter's matching technology finds people with the right skills and experience for your job and actively invites them to apply. In fact, ZipRecruiter is so effective that 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. It's no wonder over 2.3 million businesses have come to ZipRecruiter for their hiring needs. And hey, if that's you, if you're hiring, you should be next.
So while other companies overwhelm you with way too many options, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for, the needle in the haystack. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at this web address, ZipRecruiter.com/sandwich. Once again, remember to go to this unique place, ZipRecruiter.com/SANDWICH. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. All right, babe, let's get into some letters.
Okay. Let's cleanse our mental palates.
First letter is from Brandy with an I. Subject, Ink Master. Hello, Alan and Kellie. Let me begin this letter by saying I love you both.
I love you.
Like many people, last year has been a very difficult one for my family. You guys have helped me get through it. Anyway, let's talk about Ink Master.
Let's.
Like you, I never really watched the show.
Never. It was on Spike or something. And I'm like, I don't know where Spike is on my cable provider.
When you started talking about it on the podcast, I thought I'd give it a try.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love it.
It's great.
It's so interesting to see what these tattoo artists can do. I don't have any tattoos myself, but I am hooked. I just started season 2. What is your opinion on the person that won season 1? I love you both desperately. Brandy.
Well, Brandy, Alan, I have to tell you that because I went to bed and he kept watching. I thought he was going to stop, but he couldn't help himself. So he went ahead and watched the ending of season 1. But I think they made the right, because I think I even told you that guy's going to win. He's the obvious winner. And I was right.
Yeah. It's kind of the stocky, muscular guy, right?
Yeah. We're in the middle of season 3. Or
Yes.
season 4? 3.
3.
We're in the middle of season 3 right
Season
now.
3, yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
No. We're in the middle of
We're in
season 4.
We're in the middle of season 4.
Yeah.
It's fun, and there's only 13 seasons, so it's like, we're going to catch up eventually.
But like you, Brandy, Kellie, Kellie doesn't have any tattoos, but I think Kellie likes the show more than I do.
It's fascinating.
She always asks me, she's like, hey, are we going to watch another? And I'm like, yeah, sure.
We watched one before we did the podcast tonight.
It's a lot of fun.
I can't watch one with you after the podcast because Emma Kelly's already, my daughter texted me from upstairs, asked if we could watch a Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
We're starting season 3 of Gilmore Girls.
Kellie's got a couple of series going on.
And, it's really funny because we're in a house that used to have the intercom system. Remember when we first moved in, all the intercoms we had pulled out because they weren't working anyway. So now you don't need that because now your kid can just text you from upstairs.
Yeah. But we've really enjoyed it. It's so much fun to watch.
Season 4, when you get to that, man, it's drama.
A lot of drama. I told Kellie one of the things.
I feel like it's season 3. Are you sure it's season 4?
Season 4, yeah.
Okay.
Because remember, the stocky guy won, the muscular guy won season 1, the guy with the soul patch
That's
won
right.
season 2.
Okay. And then they brought back the guy. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to give it away. But okay, you're right.
And you know who won season 3.
Yes. And we called that one too. The obvious winner wins so far, we found.
Yeah,
pretty much.
You can tell as they go along in the season, like who the best artists are.
Yeah,
it's pretty easy.
Like I already feel like I know who's going to win season 4.
Well, not easy, but
and we don't look up spoilers. I'm really bad about that because I'm
not bad about that.
Well, what happens is I want to know their story, and so I'll sit there and I'm like, oh, I look them up on Instagram or whatever just to see what they're doing. It'll say winner of Ink Master season 4 or whatever. But anyway.
And I was telling Kellie, one of the things I love watching, I don't know why, is just all the artists' fashion and their tattoos, and then like what Dave Navarro's what look he's throwing down.
He really changed it up this season.
He throws down some wild looks.
Yeah.
And then
but if you want to watch it, you can watch the first 2 seasons. If anybody's listening, the first 2 seasons are on Netflix. But if you want to watch beyond that, you have to download Paramount Plus streaming.
That's what we did.
That's what we had to do because there's only 2 seasons on Netflix. 2 or 3.
And then Oliver, always seeing what he's up to. And then Nunez.
Nunez.
He's always driving people nuts.
Mm-hmm.
He's very prickish.
Well, it comes for him. That prickishness comes for him this season. So anyway, glad you like it.
Okay, this next letter is from Leah. This is a anonymous letter.
I get it.
Hi, Kellie and Alan.
Hi.
My daughter is getting married next month. Her bonus dad is walking her down the aisle again. We had a small COVID ceremony last year, but we are having all the bells and whistles this year.
Okay.
My bonus children do not want to come to the wedding because they wanted their dad to walk them down the aisle, and they are hurt. Their dad walked my daughter down the aisle.
The bonus kids are upset because their dad walked their stepsister down the aisle. Listen, the bonus thing is throwing me off, right?
Mm-hmm. I believe so.
So the stepdad walked the stepdaughter down the aisle, and his biological children are upset about that?
And they are hurt. Their dad walked my daughter down the aisle.
Why?
My bonus children do not want to come to the wedding because they wanted their dad to walk them down the aisle.
Oh, they wanted to be the first?
And they are
That's
hurt.
That's it.
Their dad walked my daughter down the aisle.
Well, what do they want?
Never in a million years would my daughter want to hurt anyone. They told this to my husband via text, and he doesn't know how to respond. Any suggestions?
You've got some brats. Is that the only, I don't know the history here, and maybe that's, I don't know. That's bad. And if you want the kids, this is like something you can maybe get past it, maybe you can't. I had a friend and I was in the wedding many, 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 many years ago, and his family disapproved of this wedding so much that not one member of his side of the family showed up for the wedding. And miraculously, they were able to, after years, mend the relationship, and they all get along fine now. But that's a big statement to make, to not show up for a wedding.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid there's some damage there that can't be undone. So I think it's on bonus dad to sit down. What is she's saying? He doesn't know what to do. He needs to sit down with the kids and get to the bottom of all this. I think somebody's just butthurt because every bride wants to have her special day. It's a girl, right? And I want to be the first. She's stealing my thunder. That's what's happening. And it's, you've got to decide and talk to your daughter about it. Is this what you want to hang? You're not hang your hat on. What's the word I'm looking for? Is this a fight worth having?
It's a hill you want to die on.
A hill you want to die on. Thank you. I mean, it is the bride's special day, but at what cost? At what expense? And the fact of the matter is they're already legally married. This is just about the party. It's all about the party. Gosh, it's tough, but you're going to have a family meeting and have it all out, because if you keep things as they are and don't ever address it, you're going to have some damage there that can't be undone. But you got some brats. You got some bratty bonus kids. I love that you use that. But
okay.
Yeah, you're going to have to let your husband step in and handle up on this, because he's their dad. He's their blood dad, and he needs to handle it. But then again, if y'all decide that it's not worth it, you're going to have his little princess is going to be pissed off about it and ruin everything, and there's going to be that cloud over the day. Then ask your daughter, is there another male figure? I mean, this is a shame, and hopefully the bonus kids would be so embarrassed that your daughter has to go out and find another man because she can't handle it with her little princess ego. That's a shame. I mean, things like this are just so ridiculous. It's absurd, but it is what it is.
Okay. Good advice, babe. This next letter is from Judith. Subject, broken bow. Hello, Kellie and Alan.
Hello.
First of all, thank you for your podcast. I've been listening for over a year. You were both my company during COVID and working from home. I have a question regarding your broken bow trip.
Yes, I can't wait to go back. We need to plan that.
I can't remember the name of the rental company you all used. I had found a rental on there while you were discussing on podcast. Number, ? I can't remember. And I want to book for my husband and I. It's our 30th wedding anniversary this fall. Appreciate the information. I've been listening to Kellie since 1862. Mm-hmm. I met my husband at Tech, both proud Red Raiders, guns up. Thank you for the info. By the way, no need to read on the podcast.
Well, here we are. We're reading it on the podcast, but we need to answer her in case she misses it. It was 10 Star & Co.
10 Star & Co.
10 Star & Company. And they have an Instagram. And it's a husband and wife. And she owns a store, like with furniture and all this stuff. And she's the one that decorates all these cabins. And they're just stunningly gorgeous. And they have cabins for 2 people, the little romantic cabins, all the way up to cabins that sleep, the one with like 22 people.
Yeah, it was huge.
So it's everything.
Huge.
So you can have the little romantic cabin for 2, or you can get one just a little bit bigger, just depending on what amenities you want.
Beautiful.
But that's it. And we were thrilled.
Beautiful.
And we need to make a plan to go back.
It was, you say cabin.
Yeah, they're luxury.
It was like a luxury
cabins.
Custom house.
But it's your anniversary. You want to go a little luxury, right?
Heck yeah. You want to go luxury. This next letter is from Caitlin. Subject, May 7th anniversary. Will be the center of you too.
Uh-oh.
Well.
Sorry.
That was a little while ago.
Well, you still want to read it?
No, wait a second. No. Because she says, hey, Alan and Kellie, my wedding anniversary is June 30th. Why did she say May 7th anniversary?
I don't know.
Maybe that was a typo. But she says, hey, Alan and Kellie, my wedding anniversary is June 30th. We will be celebrating it on June 26th. I'm renting a slingshot from DFW Slingshots, hashtag not an ad, for my husband, and then we're going to Oaked, hashtag ad, for lunch. Do you guys recommend anything else to do in Dallas? It's okay to read this on the podcast if you would like. Thank you. Hope you guys can get this in time. Love, Caitlin.
Now I'm going to be guilted into not, and I promised I was going to do that blog, and I could just refer her to it, and I still haven't finished it. Things to do in Dallas.
Still haven't finished it.
Still haven't. I started it.
Oh, you did?
I started it. I started with Fort Worth because it's DFW area, and I kind of got distracted and forgot to finish it. Things to do in Dallas while you've got the slingshot. Well, there's a place called the Truck Yard. Right? They have one in Dallas as well as up in.
Yeah.
There's one if you're going to stay in Dallas, there's a place called the Truck Yard, which has a lot of food trucks and people just hang out, and there's usually live music. There's also a venue called the Rustic that has live music. And it's also got kind of that vibe where picnic benches set up outside. You can go have drinks and listen to live music. Oak has live music on the weekends too, but the Rustic has a bigger stage and they're able to do bands. And sometimes they have some pretty big artists stop by.
Take that thing over to White Rock Lake. Take a little buzz around the beautiful lake over there.
Well, I don't know if they can take that around the bicycle path, but they could drive around.
Take it around the bicycle
path. Take a buzz around the lake.
Take it around to the lake and do some sightseeing. You can get out of it, and walk around, have a little picnic or something. Yeah. There's all kinds of stuff to do over there.
Go down to Deep Ellum. If you want to look, you could cruise Deep Ellum or Allen where he gets his tattoos. There's some tattoo shops down there and restaurants. And
we saw a slingshot down there last time. Remember?
Yeah.
I said, hey, babe, look, slingshot.
You could drive it north up to our neck of the woods and go. There's a lot of people on the weekends go up to shops at Legacy West and cruise with their slingshots. You go even just a little bit further north, and you can go to the Star, which is where the Dallas Cowboys practice facility is. And there's some stuff up there.
We see slingshots all the way up there, too.
And there's also a fun area called Grandscape in the Colony, which has live music, and people bring their chairs and sit out. And so there's all sorts of stuff.
The Arboretum?
So there you go. I don't think they sound like Arboretum people. I don't know.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Just my gut instinct.
But what does that mean?
I don't think the husband wants to go walk around and look at flowers, Alan. Do you? You do.
Yeah, actually, I do. Actually, I do.
You do. Yeah. Maybe he does. Maybe I'm misreading. But if you like gardens, go to the Arboretum.
See, that's why I'm a Renaissance man. I'll get my ass in a slingshot and take it over to the truck yard.
Maybe her husband's
and then I'll roll my ass over to the Arboretum and look at azaleas.
I misspoke.
Okay. The next letter is from Jamie. Subject, Ink Master, Paramount. Hey, Alan and Kellie. I was listening to Kellie's morning newscast this morning on Kid Nation, and she mentioned that y'all are watching Ink Master.
We've already covered this. Is it part 2?
Can I get through the letter? Okay. My husband and I are currently on season 11.
Oh, my.
And we had to subscribe to Paramount after watching the first 2 seasons on Netflix.
As we did.
I want to recommend another show for y'all to watch on Paramount, Yellowstone.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
I think you and Kellie will love it like my husband and I do. You two are so much like us, except, unlike Kellie, I find lewd humor pretty dang funny. I have the Oaked Barbecue Party for June 12th written on my calendar.
Good.
And we'll cover what that is. I'm hoping that my husband and I will be able to go. You two are awesome, and I love how relatable you are. I know if I'm having a bad day and I turn on the podcast, that good old AE is going to make me laugh with some lewd humor.
Wow, this was the podcast for you today, then.
A good eye, mate, or a...
Oh.
I had to do it because she wrote it. And Kellie never lets me down with a good old clapback. It's on my bucket list to become one of y'all's best customers. I love you two. Keep making podcasts and bringing joy to listeners' ears. Love you guys, Jamie.
Thank you, Jamie. That's so sweet. Well, yeah, I've heard of the Yellowstone. Is that a Kevin Costner project?
I don't know.
I want to say I might
Kevin Costner, dead or alive?
He's alive.
Oh, he is.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
And he's got a band. He sings.
Oh,
I saw him
really?
in concert one time. Yeah, he pointed at me from the stage because I was like,
"Get out of here!"
I was feeling the vibe.
Really?
And he was like, hey, because I
don't
know any of his music, but I guess I was faking it good enough.
That's
and
pretty
like,
cool.
This girl is enjoying me. I was like, yes, I am. That was before you, honey. I wouldn't dance like that now. I'm a married woman.
Mm-hmm.
All right, real quick before Alan gets to more letters, we have to remind you. So Father's Day is coming up. And yes. I feel like fathers get the short end of the stick sometimes. Everybody's always, all the athletes, hi, Mom. And, dads need to be recognized and honored on Father's Day. So I
agree.
Right? Well, this is your chance to hook dad up because some dads care more about how their clothes function over how they look. Alan's dad, I hate to throw him under the bus, but he is one of these dads. Right?
What does that mean?
He doesn't care about how it looks.
He has his go-to stuff.
He has his go-to.
Yeah. And, it's a pair of jeans and an old black t-shirt.
And he loves free stuff. Like if we get anything with a logo on it, he's like, I'll take it.
Sure.
And he'll wear it, But you know what? There's no reason that dad can't be comfortable because he wants to be comfortable.
Dad wants to be comfortable.
Right? The function of it.
And he doesn't want to change a lot. He wants something he can wear at home. He can wear if he rolls to the grocery store.
Exactly.
And then from there, he might go to the gym. He just wants something comfortable.
Why can't dad be comfortable and fashionable?
He can.
He can with Cuts clothing. This is the best of both worlds because Cuts combines comfort and class with their premium men's apparel. Cuts is basically the Tesla of t-shirts, of hoodies, of polos, of sweatshirts. Classic designs, universally flattering, comfortable fabrics like their signature buttery soft pica Pro Tri Blend tees. GQ Magazine says this tee is the only shirt worth wearing.
It is. That's what I have.
That's what Alan
I have
has.
a black one. I have a blue polo.
Loves.
And I have a hoodie made out of that material.
Right.
It's awesome.
Your dad will never want to take it off. Alan never wants to take it off. If your dad's into hoodies, like Alan said, they have a hyper loop French terry fabric hoodie that is so cozy. Basically elevates the staples of a man's closet. Each piece designed to be versatile and minimalist. So it stands the test of time and looks great for any occasion.
It doesn't go out of style.
Right. And the fabrics are comfortable enough for a lazy afternoon, but you're not compromising on style. It fits right into the executive boardroom.
That's exactly what I like to wear, baby. T-shirts, jeans, Chucks, or Vans, and I'm good. That's exactly what Cuts offers. And this Father's Day, give Dad the gift of something that he'll both feel good in and look great in at any time with Cuts clothing. Plus, you'll get 15% off your first order by going to cutsclothing.com/sandwich. That's cutsclothing.com/sandwich for 15% off the only shirt worth wearing. Thanks, Cuts.
Thank you, Cuts, a new sponsor of the podcast.
New sponsor. We love
just in time
Cuts.
for Father's Day.
Love wearing my Cuts. Okay, back to, we got one more letter. This letter is from Anonymous.
Oh no!
I'm
always scared of Anonymous.
Well,
it's so ominous sounding.
Yeah. Let me begin by asking you to use a fake name for me. My grown son is also a faithful listener and will recognize my email address or my name. He would be mortified, horrified to hear what I'm about to say.
Oh no!
I may or may not have done laundry with several men over the years. This isn't part of the letter. I don't see anything wrong with that. If she's a mature sexually active woman who's taking all the precautions.
Right. And, what is several? Are we talking?
What is several?
3. Several has to be at least.
Several?
Okay, wait.
Well.
You could have 1, a couple, which would be 2. A few
is 3.
That's 3.
Several
has to be 4 and above.
4 and above.
Okay. So it's at least 4, we're assuming.
Now, above 4.
A lot. You say I've had sex with a lot.
Above 4, the numbers don't stop.
Oh, you're saying it's just.
They go on infinitely.
Infinitely.
Right.
Okay.
So
if you've slept with 4, you might as well just keep going. Because we're all assuming.
Several can be 4. Several can be 28.
No, then you'd be saying dozens. Right? At some point, you have to change over to dozens.
I don't think any woman would confide in somebody and said, in the last few weeks, I've slept with dozens.
Well, you're saying over years.
Over the years.
Over the years.
Over the years and dozens, I'd be like, sister, you have an appetite. You got an appetite. An appetite for destruction.
Let's get back to our anonymous letter.
Back to the letter. I can assure you that nose, nor foot or hand size is a predictor of appendage size.
Oh, okay. This goes back to our last podcast with that ridiculous Japanese study about nose equivalent to penis size.
There's nothing like getting excited about an enormous shoe size.
Right.
Only to be disappointed with a micro appendage.
Yeah.
Survey says lies, lies, lies. Since the podcast, I've given thought back to nose sizes. No correlation in my experience.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. It was a ridiculous survey and money was wasted.
Sorry, Alan. I'm with Kellie on this one.
Thank you.
Sincerely.
Anonymous. Don't you bust her. Don't you bust her.
Jane.
All right. Jane Doe.
Oh, God.
Did you get any more feedback after that ridiculous podcast?
Most people were on my side.
That is a lie. That's a lie.
I think they were too embarrassed. Number one, they were either too embarrassed, or number 2, when we started talking about penis size,
they just died. They just turned off the podcast.
I'm out on this.
So you're saying nobody had any comments?
No, not yet.
Really? They don't even care?
Well, no, on social media, I've seen some. Nobody sent me an email about it.
Oh.
I mean, who's going to send me an email? Yeah, I was across the table from my husband last night. I was looking at his nose, and I thought, yeah, he does have a pretty big dick because his nose is really big too.
Whoa, what language?
Well,
why do you change your voice?
I did. I was talking like that.
Oh. Well, on that note,
which is a weird voice to use for a woman.
We ended on noses and penises last week, or our last podcast. We're ending on noses and penises this podcast.
That's all I got, babe.
Well, that's fine. I think I'm going to have to take a little bit more control of the next podcast.
Going to take ownership of the next podcast?
Not necessarily full ownership, but just maybe a little bit more of the ownership.
This is how I get my creative, how do you
outlet?
Say? Yeah. This is how I get the creative outlet going.
Your lewd outlet?
Yeah. This and drawing
maybe,
and gardening. And
here's a little scoop for you. You ready for this? One of our fellow podcasts is no more. If you are a fan of Fat Guy's Handbook,
tits up.
Alan.
Oh, sorry.
See, why are you doing that? That's offensive.
Sorry. Belly up. They went belly up.
They're done. They didn't get fired or anything. They just decided that they were done. And it was a much more lewd podcast to which Alan would shine. So I told Robert, who is also the producer for my Love Letters to Kellie podcast, you should start a new lewd podcast with Alan.
No. The first,
so he can get it out of his system and not keep bringing it to a sandwich and some Lovin.
The first thing you did was say, I know you're going to do your last one pretty soon. Call Alan.
No, he told me he was going to.
He
told me.
And here's what I heard.
He told me he was going to. And I asked him about it. He said they just decided just to do a regular podcast. They just got it over with.
Did they even tell their listeners?
They told their listeners, this is it. And
really?
Said a lot of them don't believe them because I think they've kind of pulled that stunt before. Like, we're done. We're not doing this anymore. Only this time they really meant it and they're really not doing it anymore. So there's an opportunity for you, honey. You can let your creativity and your lewd sense of humor run completely wild, separate from a sandwich and
See, here's my thing. I have a venue to be lewd.
No, I don't. It's too much sometimes.
Well, it's not too lewd. You were laughing at these family dinner things.
At some of them.
Oh my God, you were over there.
At some of them,
holding your stomach.
You cannot say you don't always. You fail to cross. You cross the line a lot of times.
When did I cross the line?
I'm not going to bring a specific example.
Give me an example.
But sometimes it crosses the line.
Which line?
Tits up. I don't like that. That's not nice. It's not a nice thing to say.
It's an expression that means like a fish.
There's something. A fish doesn't have breasts.
When a fish dies, he goes belly up.
Belly up.
Or
then you could have said belly up. You just contradicted yourself.
If a hippo dies, he floats and goes.
You don't always have to err on the side of the lewd joke.
Oh.
You don't always have to go the lewd route. Your point would have been just as effective if you said belly up.
I don't think it would have been.
No, because then I wouldn't have given you a reaction.
See, I prefer. I
don't like it all the time.
You like to hit with a rubber hammer. I like to hit with a sledgehammer.
Well, go do that with Robert on another podcast. Y'all can call it tee up. I don't care.
That's a genius idea.
Do it. Why don't y'all do that and get it out of your system?
Hi, I'm Robert Irvin. Hi, I'm the amazing Alonzo. Welcome to the Tits Up Podcast.
There, go for it. Go for it.
Oh,
I need to go watch Gilmore Girls with my daughter now.
You got anything else?
No.
Nothing else you want to get off your chest?
No.
You sure?
June 12th, you wanted to talk. And you saved that dog story for next podcast because we got to go. See, I remembered.
June 12th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Oaked Barbecue, 5500 Greenville Avenue in Dallas, Texas. Kellie and I will be hosting the first annual Oaked Barbecue Blowout Bash. We're going to have live music. It's going to be a band. We're going to have cornhole. We're going to have a $15 all-you-can-eat special. Drinks not included.
That's right. There'll be a bar.
That's extra. We will have a bar. We will have a bar for sure. So come on out, hang out.
Tickets are available.
Tickets, we hope, are still available. You can go to the Oaked Barbecue Instagram, and there are links on that Instagram in the bio where you can buy tickets. But there's only so many people we can let in. So if you try to walk up, there may not be room. So get you a ticket.
Okay, June 12th. Hopefully we'll see you there.
Anything else?
No.
We may tell hello hand.
Why don't you save that for your Robert podcast?
Mama Yodi.
Save that for the podcast with Robert.
Hey guys, look at this. Butterbean. All right.
No, never tell that one. It's so offensive and gross.
That's pretty raunchy.
And it's so inappropriate.
But true.
You don't know that it's true because you're just taking somebody's word for it that it's true.
It happened.
You don't have evidence that happened. It's hearsay.
Well, OJ's also innocent.
It's damaging to someone's. How can you compare the two?
I don't know.
You can't.
I'm just trying to think of something that that was totally provable.
And you're casting aspersion upon a very well-respected person's reputation.
Who? OJ or mine?
The Butterbean story. Don't tell it.
Oh.
What do you think I'm talking about?
I thought you were talking about OJ.
Can we just end this podcast?
Are you in a bad mood?
I am now. I want to be done.
Okay. I love you desperately.
I love you.
Kellie, okay, let me peel back the kimono just real quick. Let me pull back the kimono. Kellie has not eaten. Kellie has not had dinner. Kellie is hangry. And I won't end this podcast, and it's making Kellie angry. So I'm going to end this podcast right now.
Thank you.
I love you desperately.
I love you.
I love our listeners desperately.
Y'all.
And I will podcast again with Kellie, hopefully with Kellie real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich. Bye.
I'm still going to write this podcast description.
You got it, babe. You got it. Smash. Did y'all smash the like button? Is Renda still there? Renda, thank you for our glasses. And we love your letter. I keep all our letters. Our handwritten letters I keep. Oh, man. A sandwich and some Subway. A sandwich and some hanging on the Subway. Dee Dee said she doesn't like it when mom and dad fight in front of them. Karen said, we need to hear the story about Alan being an a-hole in the park. All right, guys.
All right, so
best fiends. It's friends without the R. Best fiends. Get it, babe. Get them slugs. Gotta get my dongle.
Things could be said at the dinner table and the bedroom.
Mm-hmm. Things that could be said at a family dinner and while making whoopee. How about that? And while making whoopee. We'll go back to the 70s. Making whoopee.
I have to get up on it to keep y'all company till he comes back. Let's see.
I had to take a little walk, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, Michael, thank you.
What did Michael say?
I made an audio clip of Kellie I was going to send, but Kellie's already out of sorts with all the lewdness on the ending.
Send it to me, Michael.
What does it smell?
What smell? I'm going to go in here. Jiminy Christmas, that's awful. Oh.
I'm going to smell my ginger body butter for a minute for no reason other than I need to get that smell out of my... Hi, Melanie. Whoa. You coming back?
Well, I'm trying to be discreet. It kind of followed me back in here.
Yeah, it followed you. Why don't you light the candle?
Come on, let's not make a big deal. Make a big deal about it. Come on, it's not that bad. Good grief. Give me a break. Whatever.
You entertain your fans.
What do you mean, my fans? Listen to Kellie Rasberry since 1615. It wasn't, I didn't do anything. Darla says she loves your lashes.
Thank you. I just had them done today.
I didn't do anything, guys. It wasn't me. It's Kellie.
Yeah, I'm the one that left the room.
Actually, Larry smells.
Larry's in his kennel. And you did an article on underboob. What was it?
Oh, the article from Gothamist, GOTHAMIST.com, about the man on the subway showing his balls, but they didn't arrest him. And we went through New York's penal codes. Was not me, guys. Whatever.
Then we did listener mail. Then we did
Thank you, Carolyn. I didn't do anything.
Okay, I'm done. I'm going to get something to eat and watch an episode of Gilmore Girls and then go to bed.
Peek behind the kimono.
Your kimono? You need to get the kimono cleaned.
Thank you, Michael.
Good night, y'all.
There she goes. Got up and disappeared. Like a fart in a tornado. She's out. Here, hold on, guys. I got to upload this Shiite. Oh. Here are the dogs. Hey, Zoe. Zoe. Good girl. Come here. Come here. Zoe. Nope. I don't want daddy. I want to go see what's going on out there. Who?
Zoe, she's following me.
She's eating.
I know she's looking at me. She's telling me first something to eat.
Well, that's all well and good, but she's eating. Thank you, Kathy.
And Kellie hasn't eaten.
Has she not?
No. I'm just won't come down and find out what she wants.
Where are y'all going to watch? Upstairs?
I guess. You can do something down here.
Oh, Sarah, Larry, he gets blamed for everything. Thank you, Mel. Mel, it's getting close. How many days until July 4th? I think is it under 50 days yet? We're getting close. How many days we got? Well, there's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 days left in May. How many days are in June? 30, 42. So yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, under 50 days, right? 46. Yeah, 47. You can watch Ink Master on Hulu? Oh, okay. I should get Hulu. We have so many of those streaming things now, though. Now we have Paramount. We have Paramount, Amazon, Netflix, Disney Plus, Apple TV Plus, or Apple TV, whatever it's called. Peacock. I know I'm missing one. We have at least 6. But I think I'm still paying less. Yeah, we're still paying less than cable because my cable bill was $200 and something bucks, $250. And YouTube TV, 7. We've got 7. So Karen, you're saying get rid of YouTube TV and get Hulu? How much is Hulu? Because our YouTube TV is $67, I think. It's the most expensive one.
These are like French bread pizzas and a cheese one, chicken melts, macaroni and cheese pies, 5 cheese pizza, ham and cheddar.
15? That's it? Does Hulu have your local channels on it too? Guess I should look into that. Let me see if this is uploaded. 64 includes live TV and records. Okay, so it sounds like it's similar to YouTube TV. Karen, did you try YouTube TV? Why do you like Hulu better than YouTube TV? I mean, I'm not in love with YouTube TV, but I don't know anything about Hulu. Oh, no local channels on Hulu? What is Larry doing? There's no smell. Nothing happened. You guys are ridiculous. There's no smell. Nothing happened. Yeah, I guess I could, Michael. I could just. In fact, we have an antenna in the attic. Wow, that was quick. Hold on for 2 seconds. Copy link. Email from Kellie Rasberry Evans. Underballs. Okay. That is done. Where'd you guys go? There you are.
Hey, Alan,
Huh?
can you show me how to use the air fryer to do frozen French fries? It'll go faster than baking them, right?
Yeah. Okay, guys, I got to sign off. I got to help Kelly with the air fryer. So I will see you on the social medias. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good night.